Hey Dandelions, it's me Sandy, aka Sandy Dandy. Today I've got Netflix DVD, and before we get into that, yeah, we need to talk about why I have a band-aid here. Okay, let me get in a little closer so I can show you. Okay, so as you can see, a little bit of my finger is missing. Okay, and it is glued shut. Yeah, I had to go to the emergency room, and they didn't have anything to put a stitch to because, yeah, yeah, they couldn't put a stitch there, so they glued it shut. So how I got that injury, and oh yeah, and I had to have a tetanus shot. So yeah, my arm is sore. But Monday I was chopping some cheese up to put in a recipe I was making, and yeah, and I'm still shaking. As you can see, um, and I whacked, and a little bit of my finger came off, and blood went everywhere, and I was kind of freaked out because I was like woozy because yeah, I'm usually okay with seeing my own blood. I ran to the bathroom, wrapped a towel around it, uh, and then I got the band-aids out, washed it off, put a band-aid on it, and I let it settle for a little bit. They said it's like when you cut yourself, you're supposed to be like within 10 minutes it's supposed to stop bleeding, but it didn't stop bleeding. I waited a little while to see if it was going to stop bleeding, and yeah, my hand is still shaking thinking about it. But it wouldn't stop bleeding. I called my aunt who lives close by. Well, I texted her, and I texted her a picture of my finger to show her. Yeah, yeah, asked her would she take me to the emergency room. The hospital is just down the road from me, and went into there. They just there wasn't that many people back there, so it was fairly quick. Yeah, doctor. They there was okay. I was I was in the emergency room. There was two nurses talking to me at the same time, and then one of the nurses decides to put a thermometer in my mouth while the other one is asking me questions. And yeah, I was like a tennis game trying to answer everybody's questions in the room. Then the doctor, he put glue on this. It was like into like a syringe thing. He squirted the glue on there, and yeah, I have a glued finger. And yeah, the tetanus shot did not hurt, but my arm is sore now. So yeah, um, yeah, I think I'm gonna buy sliced cheese and shredded cheese from now on because I do not want another emergency room visit. Yeah, because man, it kind of freaked me out because I haven't been to the hospital since my mom coded over there at that hospital. And yeah, I have a post traumatic stress now about hospitals, so yeah, it kind of freaked me out having to go to the hospital. Okay, sorry guys, uh, but yeah, um, yeah, I didn't want to cry in front of you guys today, but yeah, if you have post traumatic stress, you understand. But yeah, I'm all right. My finger did not fall off, so yeah. So give me a minute to dry my eyes. Okay, and yeah, sorry guys. Um, So let's get into Netflix DVD and happier times. Okay, and I'm still babying that finger because I'm still kind of shell shocked about my injury on that finger. So yeah, I'm afraid to have it in contact with anything else, but it is glued shut, and so that it won't get infected or anything. But I still kind of feel weird about touching that finger to anything, and I just tore that envelope funny. So yeah, so we got Netflix DVD today, the same message that is on all the envelopes. Sorry I cried on you guys, but yeah, and sorry for my little jacked up setup here. Yeah, Max likes to make his little blanket forts at the end of the couch. That's his area of the couch. So yeah. So the envelope is the map with all the different little movie characters to show you where the movies are set. So yeah. So let's get into the movie that I got, and yeah, let's try to cheer Sandy Dandy up. So the movie I got today, I've been wanting to see this movie for quite a while. It's called A Beautiful Day. A Beautiful Day. I keep thinking, when I say beautiful, I keep thinking of that crayon, that Crayola crayon, Bluetiful. So it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Okay. And yeah, sorry. Okay. This is, it came out in 2019. You guys can pause and read. It is about Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers. If you guys don't know who Mr. Rogers is, should you be on my channel right now? Because, yeah, Mr. Rogers was out until the late 90s. Early 2000s. So if you are young enough not to know who Mr. Rogers is, you shouldn't be on my channel, because this channel is for adults. But yeah, I loved Mr. Rogers as a kid. Yeah, I think pretty much everybody has ever watched Mr. Rogers. So let's show the disc. Okay, and we have the little tiger. I think his name was Daniel. Little tiger. And yeah, I absolutely loved Mr. Rogers as a kid. Yeah, I watched him every day. Let's see, did he come on in the mornings sometimes? So I watched him in the mornings, and sometimes he came on in the afternoons. So I watched Mr. Rogers all the time. And yeah, I heard that they were making this movie, but I never got around to watching it yet. Tom Hanks, I think Tom Hanks is the one that plays Mr. Rogers. And we'll see how he does playing Mr. Rogers, because yeah, he's gonna have some big shoes to step into to try to play Mr. Rogers, because yeah, I don't think anybody can compare to the Mr. Rogers. Yeah, so I wanted to check that out. It's one of the few movies I have not watched yet, so yeah, I'm gonna watch that and try to recover mentally from my accident. And yeah, guys, it just was totally traumatic. Yeah, I haven't had an accident in a while. I do have okay, I don't know if I can show you guys my knee. Okay, I have had stitches before in my knee when I was a small child. I was like maybe, I think I was like maybe 3. I cut my knee and I had to have stitches. And yeah, I can remember that because they I don't know if they still do this to children, but this was in the 80s. They put me in like a little kitty straitjacket to keep me from moving around while they were doing the stitches, and I was like traumatized. And yeah, if they would have had to do a stitch in this finger, yeah, I was ready for it. I was like, because yeah, like one stitch in a cut like this would be all right, but I had to have lots of stitches in my knee when I hurt my knee. And yeah, so yeah, if you ever have to have a cut and they just glue it, it's nothing. But the post-traumatic stress about being in a hospital again is, yeah, it was more traumatizing. But everybody at the hospital was very nice. I think there was just one other patient back there at the time that I was there. They're kind of understaffed because they only had one receptionist that was checking people in. So yeah, and I was so glad. Yeah, my air fryer's going off, but I was so glad that it didn't take that long. Because usually when you're in the emergency room, you sit there for hours and hours and hours and hours and have to, just wait. But yeah, I was lucky. I didn't have to wait very long. Got the glue. And yeah, I think that is like so cool now that they can just like glue your wound shut. If it's not like, yeah, if you can't do a stitch, they just glue it, and yeah, you're done. And yeah, like I said, the arm is hurting. I had to have the tetanus shot because I hadn't had a tetanus shot since let's see, around late 2000s or late 90s, early 2000s. This last time I had to have a tetanus shot. And the reason why I had to have the tetanus shot last time, okay, I busted my eardrum. And yeah, you do not want that to happen to you, okay? Because it is very painful and it leaves you with some partial hearing loss. And I have busted both eardrums, so yeah, that was not fun. But yeah, okay, that is a funny. It's not so funny, but just the what they ask you when you come into the emergency room. Okay, so when I busted my eardrum, I had a like towel next to my ear because my ear was bleeding. And go into the emergency room. They say, "So, what are you here for today?" And I was like, "Yeah, I busted my eardrum." And yeah, that just cracks me up every time. They can see what is wrong with you, and they still ask you what is wrong with you today. Okay, yeah, but that is not something you want to ever happen to you because it is very painful. And they had to graft a little piece of. They had like a little tiny little piece of like skin that they put on my eardrum. And yeah, and I also had an infection in my ear from swimming. I got an infection in my ear, and my ear smelled so bad. The infection in my ear smelled so bad. Yeah. And I had to have ear drops and the whole thing. So this was a little less, tragic, but it was still something that I did not want to happen. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, what have I've been up to besides the trip to the emergency room? I've been watching Joe Bob's Last Drive-In Show marathon, and let's see, what movie am I on right now? I finished Daughters of Darkness. I had never seen that movie. It had John Carlin in it, and if you don't know who he is, he played Willie in Dark Shadows. So it was a vampire movie. It was pretty cool. Right now I'm on Blood Feast, and I've seen Blood Feast before. It's kind of weird. Yeah, look it up. It's got a weird storyline. And I've been skipping around on YouTube, so I'm watching a lot of different channels back and forth. So yeah, I'm trying to catch up on everybody's videos. And yeah, so, and I think it is going to rain today because it looks like it's going to rain. And we've had rain, we've had bad thunderstorms, and then we've had pretty weather. Okay, why can I not talk today? But we've had pretty weather. So yeah, it's like, I've heard this little meme on Facebook before. If you do not like the weather in Kentucky, wait 5 minutes because it'll change. So yeah. So guys, not much more to tell you guys. I'm just gonna try to chill today, and hopefully I will not hurt myself again. So yeah, let's all say a little prayer if you pray. Let's hope my guardian angels that I have more than one to protect me from getting hurt again. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. Love you guys, love all you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.